Something went horribly wrong at the Met Gala, and the cameras may have caught it all. Rihanna was right there, standing inches away, when A$AP Rocky allegedly got too close to a mystery woman backstage, and what happened next froze the entire room. No smiles, no glam, no couple energy, just a chilling silence that fans are now calling the breaking point moment. But here's where it gets even worse. Leaked clips spreading online show a completely different story than what the public saw on the red carpet. One second, everything looked perfect. The next second, Rihanna's entire expression changed, like she had just seen something she wasn't supposed to see. And now the internet is asking one terrifying question. Was this just an awkward Met Gala moment, or the exact second a power couple started falling apart in real time? Because what happened backstage might change everything we thought we knew. And you haven't even seen the worst part yet. To understand what really went wrong at the Met Gala, you have to look at the history between Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, because this was never just a normal celebrity romance. From the outside, they always looked untouchable. A billionaire music icon and a global rap star, walking red carpets like they owned every room they entered. Fans called them a power couple, the kind that seemed too perfect to ever break. But behind that image, things were never as clean as they looked. Over the years, whispers kept circling about tension behind closed doors. Rocky's unpredictable lifestyle, constant public attention, and Rihanna's growing pressure of balancing fame, motherhood, and peace all at once. Every appearance looked flawless on camera, but insiders claim the reality was far more complicated. Friends close to the situation have often described Rihanna as someone who values control, loyalty, and emotional stability, while A$AP Rocky thrives in chaos, attention, and constant movement in social spaces. And that difference allegedly created friction long before the Met Gala ever happened. Fans had already started noticing small details, moments where Rihanna looked distant in interviews, or times where Rocky seemed overly comfortable in crowded environments. Nothing was ever confirmed, but the internet never forgets small cracks. And that's exactly why people are now saying, what happened at the Met Gala wasn't the beginning of the drama. It was the moment everything finally snapped into public view. Because according to early whispers, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky didn't walk into that event as a perfect couple. They walked in carrying months of unresolved tension that nobody outside their circle ever saw coming. And what happened next would turn that tension into something impossible to ignore. The moment everything shifted happened inside the chaos of the Met Gala backstage area, where flashing cameras, celebrities, and security blurred into one loud, crowded storm. According to circulating clips, A$AP Rocky was seen standing unusually close to a mystery woman just off the main event path. At first glance, it looked harmless, a quick conversation, a polite exchange. But the energy around it tells a different story, because right at that exact moment, Rihanna was just a few steps away. And what fans are now obsessing over isn't just the interaction itself, it's her reaction. In the footage spreading across social media, Rihanna appears to pause mid-movement. Her expression tightens. Her body language changes instantly, like something in the air just shifted. No words were exchanged publicly, but insiders claim the silence between them was louder than anything else in the room. Then comes the first twist that made everything explode online. A second angle of the same moment allegedly shows A$AP Rocky leaning in slightly closer to the mystery woman, smiling, engaged, completely unaware of how it might look from the outside. And that's when the internet did what it always does. It started zooming in, slowing down, replaying every frame. Some users claimed they caught a moment where Rihanna's eyes lock onto the interaction and her entire expression drops in real time. But here's where it gets worse. A leaked fan-recorded clip from a different angle shows Rocky briefly turning his head, and the second he notices Rihanna nearby, his expression allegedly changes instantly. That single moment has now split the internet into two sides. One side says it was nothing but an innocent conversation. The other side is convinced that was the exact second the entire Met Gala night turned into something far more serious than anyone expected. And just when people thought they understood what was happening, a new angle surfaced that completely changed the story again. Just when the internet thought the situation couldn't get more intense, everything escalated beyond control. Within hours, multiple versions of the backstage footage began circulating across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, each clip adding a slightly different angle, a slightly different reaction, and a completely different interpretation of the same moment. And that's when the narrative took a darker turn. Because suddenly, the focus wasn't just on A$AP Rocky and the mystery woman anymore. It shifted to Rihanna's reaction inside a private Met Gala transport vehicle shortly after the interaction. In the viral clips, Rihanna appears unusually quiet. Her posture is rigid, her expression unreadable, and fans immediately began calling it this silent breakdown moment. But the real shock came from what online users claimed to have noticed next. A zoomed-in version of the footage allegedly shows Rocky speaking to Rihanna inside the vehicle, while she barely responds, staring ahead without emotion. No confirmation exists about what was said, but that didn't stop the internet from filling in the blanks. Then came the second wave of chaos. A so-called insider post began spreading, claiming the tension didn't start backstage at all, but had been building for weeks leading up to the Met Gala. According to these claims, arguments, misunderstandings, and emotional distance had already reached a breaking point behind closed doors. And once that idea entered the conversation, the entire story changed again. Now fans weren't just reacting to a single moment. They were connecting dots across months of old interviews, past appearances, and even red carpet body language, trying to prove that something had been falling apart long before anyone noticed. And, as if that wasn't enough, a fake but viral tweet screenshot began circulating, allegedly from someone claiming to be inside the event staff, saying, "What happened backstage wasn't awkward, it was tense enough that security had to step in briefly." No proof, no verification. But the damage was already done. Because now the internet wasn't just watching a moment, it was building a full-blown theory of collapse in real time. And just when things felt like they couldn't spiral further, the public reaction turned the entire situation into a global obsession. By the next morning, the Met Gala wasn't trending for fashion anymore. It was completely dominated by one question: what really happened between Rihanna and A$AP Rocky backstage? Social media turned into a battlefield. On one side, fans defended the couple, insisting the footage was being exaggerated. They called it normal celebrity overanalysis and warned people not to turn a small moment into a manufactured scandal. But on the other side, things were completely different. TikTok edits began flooding timelines, slowing down every frame of Rihanna's expressions, zooming into Rocky's gestures, and adding dramatic captions like, "This is where it changed," and "She saw everything in that second." Within hours, hashtags related to Met Gala drama, Rihanna reaction, and Rocky mystery woman began trending globally. Then came the celebrity commentary wave. Anonymous industry pages posted vague reactions like, "Some moments backstage were definitely not as calm as they looked on camera." No names, no confirmation, but enough to fuel the fire even more. Entertainment bloggers jumped in too, analyzing the situation like a courtroom case. Some argued Rihanna looked emotionally overwhelmed due to pressure and exhaustion. Others insisted A$AP Rocky's body language showed complete detachment from consequences. And as always, the internet split into two emotional extremes. One group said, "This is nothing. You people are overreacting." The other group replied, "Something definitely happened. Nobody reacts like that for no reason." Even casual viewers who didn't follow celebrity news began getting pulled into the discussion, replaying clips they didn't fully understand, trying to decode facial expressions like hidden messages. And the more people analyzed it, the worse it got. Because every rewatch revealed something new to someone. A glance here, a pause there, a moment that looked slightly different depending on who was watching. But the most dangerous part wasn't the footage anymore. It was the growing belief that the truth was being hidden. And just when the debate reached its peak intensity, a final twist began circulating online that no one saw coming. Just when the internet thought it had fully decoded the Met Gala situation, a completely new angle surfaced that changed everything again. This time, it wasn't just backstage footage or red carpet analysis. It was a longer, uncut clip, allegedly recorded by someone closer to the inner circle, showing a moment right after the mystery woman interaction. And what people claim they saw in those few seconds has now become the most debated part of the entire night. In the clip, ASAP Rocky appears to step away from the crowd, visibly more aware now. His energy shifts. The earlier confidence seems replaced with something more guarded. And Rihanna is seen standing slightly apart from him, not arguing, not speaking loudly. Just a distance between them that fans immediately labeled as emotional separation in real time. But here's where the twist hits harder. According to viral breakdowns, the moment Rihanna notices cameras nearby, her entire expression changes again, almost like she's forcing herself back into composure. A switch between private emotion and public performance. Then, within seconds, both of them are seen moving separately through the crowd, not together, not interacting, not even acknowledging each other for a brief stretch of time. And that silence is what set the internet on fire. Because insiders suddenly began pushing a new theory. What if the real turning point wasn't the mystery woman at all, but something that happened right before the cameras even started rolling? Old rumors, forgotten interviews, and previous red carpet moments were immediately dragged back into discussion. Fans started stitching together a timeline, trying to prove that this wasn't a single incident, but a buildup of months of emotional distance finally breaking in public. Then came the most unsettling part. A gossip account claimed, "This wasn't a fight. It looked like two people trying not to fall apart in public." No confirmation, no proof, just enough emotion to push the internet even further into obsession. And now the narrative has completely shifted. It's no longer about what ASAP Rocky did. It's about what Rihanna might have realized in that moment. Because the most chilling possibility spreading online right now is this. What if Rihanna didn't freeze because of another woman? What if she froze because she finally saw the full reality of what had been building all along? And just as that theory explodes across social media, a new whisper begins to spread, suggesting there may be even more unseen footage from after the Met Gala that hasn't been released yet. And just like that, the Met Gala story has turned into something nobody can stop talking about. But here's the real question that the internet is still fighting over. Was this actually a moment of betrayal and emotional collapse, or just a completely overblown celebrity misunderstanding blown out of proportion by edited clips and online obsession? Because depending on who you ask, you'll get two completely opposite versions of the truth. One side believes they just witnessed the quiet unraveling of a power couple under pressure, fame, and non-stop public scrutiny. The other side insists it's nothing more than camera angles, timing, and internet imagination turning a normal night into a global conspiracy. And now I want to hear from you. Do you think Rihanna's reaction was a real emotional breaking point? Or is the internet reading way too much into a single Met Gala moment? Was ASAP Rocky actually out of line? Or is this just another case of celebrity overanalysis going too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this debate is only getting bigger. And if new footage comes out or another angle surfaces that changes everything again, you already know this story isn't over. So make sure you stay tuned, because the next update might completely flip the narrative one more time. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because in this story, every second matters, and the truth might still be waiting to be revealed.